And good afternoon and welcome inside Orca Field. The site for tonight's contest as the Whatcom men's soccer team enters the season with a 3-2 record, looking to improve on last year's 4-7-1 conference finish. After a 2-1 loss to Walla Walla, the team hopes to build on earlier wins over Chemeketa and Klamath Community. Whatcom CC will host upcoming games at Orca Field, including their first NWAC North Championship or North matchup rather against Everett CC. That's next on Saturday, but right now we have some soccer to be played against Shoreline. As here's the opening kickoff underway. Merrick Parnell alongside Emily Swanson to bring you all the action. And so far the game starting out with not a lot of flow here, but Emily, if you're Whatcom, what needs to happen early on in the first few minutes?
I say we for sure need to get the ball up in our half of the field and just keep a high press. So good. Like we have the ball up here now. We need to keep it up. Definitely high intensity from the start and just play your hardest. And then, I mean, obviously we have a ton of people that can come in. So give everything for as long as you can. And yeah, definitely just push hard the whole game.
I like the input too, as well as getting the ball upfield and trying to hold it here, which so far not super successful, as there was kind of the real dangerous play on it. But Whatcom coming into the game as a 2-1 loss against Walla Walla, and that halted a winning streak for the Orcas here as they picked up 2 consecutive wins against Chemeketa and Klamath. So have it just inside the 18, and that's poked away. Kept in control. Whatcom now trying to make something happen. And good defending at the top of the box.
Yeah.
They'll switch sides of the field.
Ooh.
That's a crucial turnover,
Yeah.
especially when they were possessing so well. Shoreline looks to break it down the sideline. And they'll play it back to the 18. Here's a rip on goal and easily guarded and stirred away by Edgar Perez, who will get the start in net today. Orcas dressed in their aqua kits. Meanwhile, Shoreline in their gray kits with green numerals. Sometimes the black numbers are a bit hard to see with this aqua jersey.
Oh yeah, they definitely are.
And it's been a color scheme that hasn't been used for quite some time for the Orcas, this aqua blue. So
Yeah, that's what we've been talking about. We were like, none of us were thinking of this, or we were thinking of Whatcom colors, but we all like it. It's a fun little change.
It is, yeah, just enough to change it up. And yeah, usually they do a good job of the uniform design, as there's a quick foul conceded early in the match. And he's holding a start this season. And the women's team, Emily, we were talking before, you guys nationally ranked at number 9.
Yeah,
What
super
an impressive
exciting.
feat.
Yeah, like I was saying, it's like almost hard to believe from where we started to getting nationally ranked. It's the first time in program history.
That's
so
incredible.
super exciting, hoping to just build on it and hopefully just keep climbing up the rankings.
And there's a foul will happen to the left of the box. And we were talking in our pregame interviews during media day, Emily, is you made the statement that it couldn't get worse than last year, but
Yeah.
what a resurrection, straight to the top now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's great. I mean, it's everything that I could have hoped for, honestly. Like, missing last year with an injury and then finally getting to play again and then being nationally ranked, like, I mean, couldn't be happier.
Yeah, couldn't have written a better script. And you guys,
Yeah.
some of the same players last year, some newcomers, but what do you
Yeah.
think's made the difference this year?
I think we've been able to work together more, and having a lot more numbers at practice this year, we're able to do more like scrimmaging and higher intensity stuff, whereas last year we were limited. And I mean, it was almost hard because we had a lot of injuries too. We couldn't really practice all out because it seemed like every time we did, someone else would get an injury or something would come up. So Having the higher numbers has been super helpful.
Well, that's great insight. Of course, head coach Jason Jorgensen pulling double duty with both running the women's and the men's program, and
Yeah.
also coaches up the road at Mount Baker too. So a busy guy, but that didn't keep him off the recruiting trail.
Oh yeah, he did a great job recruiting this past year. He went and got some really great players, and everyone's made a super great impact.
It's a nice mix of local players like yourself and then some from the international ranks.
Oh yeah, it's super fun meeting all of the internationals and just everyone from like out of state just to being from a different part of the state, just learning about like the different cultures.
There's a ball loose. Offsides will be the call as Druding had a good look on it.
Unfortunate.
As the keeper, Surjet, left the ball right on the doorstep.
Yeah. Very unfortunate.
But that is right. You were talking about the dynamic when you have such kind of a mixing pot, and that's one of the great things about sports, especially soccer, with it being such an international game.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just learning everyone's different play styles too, and being able to like integrate that into our team. It's just super fun.
Here's Johnson now, strong on the ball. He's in. Johnson fights off a tackle, sitting out in front, and another swing and a goal. Whatcom's gone up 1-0, getting the score that time, Aaron Diaz, to make it 1-0.
That was great. He was right where he needed to be. Got that rebound.
And the offsides flag stayed down. We saw almost the exact same play along the far side. So Diaz at about the 14th minute mark. And we'll get that. And already Whatcom's surpassed their point total from last year's match against Shoreline. Shoreline now irritated, and they're looking animated as they talk to each other, trying to regroup.
Yeah, it's always, whenever you go down, it's always how do you respond. Like, that's the turning point on how the game's going to go, it seems like.
So if you were wearing the captain's band for Shoreline, what would you tell your teammates now, Emily?
I mean, honestly, you gotta keep your head up. Like, going down 1-0, like, yeah, you're down, but you have the whole game still. Like, it's super early in the game. Anything can happen. And, I mean, I've been in the same situation, and you can just fight your way back. Like, you just do it one play at a time. Just, yeah, definitely you got to support each other. Keep your head up.
So that ball was sent into the box. And speaking of that, too, with a lot of scoring and lead changes, your last home match here against Pierce, where you guys saw a come-from-behind win, but that same mentality is, okay, let's get this one back.
Yeah,
Once you had it back, then you went for the throw.
Yes. Yeah. That was a fun game. I mean,
absolutely, yeah. Everyone had a blast, it seemed like, with that one.
Yeah, definitely. It was unfortunate going down 2-1 going into the half, but I mean, it's how you respond. Like, everyone's got to be committed and put their everything, and we did, and came out 3-2. So, I mean, everyone just has to be bought in and committed to the same ideas.
Oh, that's great to see everyone working in unison. Meanwhile, Johnson tried to go back into the 18. He's done so well on the ball. He's actually attracting a double team, so that's going to allow someone to get free on the back post.
Yeah, exactly. Someone should be open off of that, so if he can find that, that'll be great.
It's both a compliment and frustrating when you draw the double or triple team.
That is true.
As here's a corner for Whatcom. They'll be sent in. Surjet colliding into players. What a mess in the box.
Yeah.
And Whatcom's still going to possess. They'll switch it to Moreno. Moreno, what a move to try and create some extra space. He'll take an extra touch, no problem. And that's swung in and a goal off the deflection. It's Whatcom 2-0 as they celebrate into the corner.
That was a great cutback. He had a couple great moves there, taking on the player one-on-one. I mean, that's what you got to do. You got to, when he's in that position out there.
Just 3 or 4 minutes, rather, later than their first goal. They're going to notch one again as we try and take a look at who the goal scorer was. On the far end, again, the dark jerseys and dark numbers. We'll try and get that for you.
I know, it makes it tough reading the numbers.
So I think it might have been Javier Moreno. We will
I think it was.
check that as well, but it could have been any one of the 5 players that were clustered in.
That's true. I'm not sure if it was deflected off of someone either, so.
Have to use our goal line technology at the half.
Yes.
As substitutions will come on for Shoreline. We'll try and check that player as well, as there's some confusion with the rosters that we were given pre-match and been trying to sort it out ever since, but so far so good. As there's a foul, it'll be a Shoreline free kick as they drop back. As it looks like that's going to be Christopher Waiawa. Chris Wajaja. In for Shoreline, wearing number 5. Thanks for bearing with us for those at home, and we're so glad you're with us for the ride as Johnson takes the ball in stride. Johnson tries to work it in the 18, sends the defender flying. And bodies still piling up as Shoreline breaks out, taking advantage of the numbers upfield.
Whatcom doing a great job getting back, though. Quickly got numbers behind the ball.
So there's a player down along the far sideline, another Shoreline player. Again, Shoreline just north of Seattle here, making a fairly long trip by NWAC standards. This player along the far sideline looks to be okay. As there's a foul this time against Shoreline, it's going to be a free kick for Whatcom. And a yellow card's going to be shown here.
Not quite sure what exactly happened. He might have missed the ball and just got the player. It's usually what will get you a yellow.
And from this angle, it looked like a Whatcom player was shown the yellow. That'll be something to check that, as Evan Druding was in the area, but sometimes it's hard to tell from the vantage point in the glare.
I know, especially with the sun coming down right now.
Right.
In our eyes.
Right in our eyes. I'm gonna need to bring some sun hats or something for next time.
I was like, I should have brought my sunglasses.
Here's Johnson now off the touch. Trying to work it in Diaz. The Whatcom player is going to fall down, gives the ball up in the process, and a nice sliding challenge applied by Moreno. They'll retreat back. Here's a good rush by Shoreline. Shoreline denied by the kick save. What a play to keep it 2-0 still. Edgar Perez a bit shaken up.
Great save.
And ends up popping right up to get the ball forward.
It's a dangerous giveaway, but he he got the job done, so that's all that matters.
It's going to be a throw in from Wajaja. The pump fake, and ends up getting that back in. Shoreline playing the field position battle. And we have a whistle and a substitution coming on. It's going to be another player on for Shoreline, and we'll check that one as well.
Can't tell what number that is.
Like that's
Number 3?
Number 3, that would be a good guess. Let's see. David Garcia will check into the game. Johnson on the ball. And they'll play a game of pass before trying to get it back up to Moreno, and that trickles out. Throw in for the Orcas. Caro on it.
Good ball movement there.
Good job keeping their shape as Caro tries to get it again to Johnson. Moreno cuts to the middle of the field, and he's tied up. One in the call won't get it. Good move on the ball by Diaz. Already has a goal in the afternoon, and we'll look to add another. They'll switch to Caro. Caro wants to work near side, puts a ball in near post, and great defending just to chip that one out.
Yeah, gonna be out for a corner.
That was Takuma Nayagi getting that one out. And the way that Whatcom's been taking a corner, I'm not sure if I'm super relaxed if I'm Shoreline as well.
Yeah.
Try and put the corner in here as the wall builds. Surjat will be screened. That's headed up and out.
Another corner, it looks like.
They had Druding trying to work the back post. He was posted up against the keeper just like you would see in basketball. And some refs are a little bit more lenient with the contact that happens before a set piece. It's an entertaining part of the game, seeing the jockeying for position.
Oh, I know.
As that swung in near post, they had a head on it, and it trickles to the back post where it's cleared. They tried to communicate and call for the ball. 2 players, 1 spot.
Yeah, little miscommunication.
It's going to be a Shoreline throw. Shoreline really hesitating on the throw-in.
It's like,
That one skied over into the tennis court. It's a deep clearance.
Yeah.
Another substitute on as Shoreline seems to want to empty out their bench here in the first half. Here's Wajaja. He'll move it up to the half line. And the pump fake. Try and poke it forward. Good clearance. Surjat has to step up. And I think wanted to play that a little bit more quickly than he actually wanted to.
Yeah. It looked a little awkward too. It's like he wasn't quite sure.
There's Druding. Didn't feel that cleanly, and that was a slow roller to the front of the goal. Johnson now, and he's held off the ball.
He cleared out for another corner for Whatcom.
And Whatcom upset with something. I don't know if there was a hold behind the play that we couldn't see.
Yeah.
Because if you're Shoreline, you're probably doing whatever it takes to try and impede anyone to the goal.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Down 2-0. As it's Druding on the ball for the corner. Usually the designated taker if it's on the far side. Swing that one in. They had someone back post, but Surejet and his mitts are there for the grab. So that's quickly taken, pushed on though by Shoreline as they try and move up, and it's Perez again with the clearance.
That was risky.
It's been fearless goalkeeping, especially in the latter part of the first half.
Yeah.
So we're at the 31st minute. And offsides will raise. As that's knocked through. Whatcom trying to break out. They'll move it over to Caro. Up to Johnson and just headed back to the keeper.
Shoreline's trying to play fast. See if they can counter.
They'll outlet it quickly, far end. Here's a ball played back into the crease. And that'll be gobbled up. Cruz Gonzalez on it. Now flying through his Caro into space. Good drive. Up to Johnson. Johnson around to tackle. Wants to try and cut in. Here's the cross.
Oh.
What a save by Surjet, but he can't get to the follow-up. It's Whatcom 3-0 off scoring against the far side.
I think it was Aaron Diaz.
And it looks like it will be Diaz with his second goal. Good eye there, Emily, as the Orcas now lead 3-0.
It was a great follow. I think it was Evan Druding with the first shot.
It's been only a matter of time till they broke it open again. As you mentioned, Druding had as good a chance as any to score there.
That was, I mean, as close as you can get.
Whatcom now capitalizing on those garbage goals where the ball's just left out on the doorstep, and why not? Make it easy on yourself.
Oh, yeah.
It's been blue-collar soccer by Whatcom. Very hard workers in the match. With Jaja. And they'll hesitate and reset again. Calling a few audibles on the throw-in. And usually when a throw-in is taking that long, it's usually a designed timing play on the outlet that they weren't seeing, just like you would see in a basketball inbound.
Oh, yeah.
But the extra seconds might be hurting more than helping Shoreline.
Yeah, exactly.
They have been successful and they've played it quickly.
They have been, yeah.
And luckily Whatcom has the speed to try and counter, as it might be a closer match than it is.
Yeah.
Good tackle by Diaz. Diaz wards off a defender. He has Johnson on the flank. What a sliding tackle to intercept by Shoreline, but Whatcom gets it back. Diaz again wanted to go to Johnson. And just too far ahead. One thing with playing on turf is the ball plays a pretty quick speed when it's put on. It does play pretty
quick. A lot faster than a grass field. That is for sure.
Orca's their first match back since playing down in the INWAC friendlies in Oregon. And it was a successful trip for them, as in their last games helped them pick up 2 wins before ending their winning streak to Walla Walla 2-1.
Yeah.
Walla Walla quality side out of the East. As the ball's out on a throw, and you don't see the far linesman on the other half of the field make a call on the line too often.
Yeah. Must have just slipped out at some point, because
definitely is a way better angle than we do
yeah,
on
exactly.
the far end. The opposite touchline here in the grandstands.
Definitely it's hard to even tell when it is out or in.
Absolutely. We're not too much higher than the field.
Yeah.
Of course, the grandstands here. Seating capacity 400, which is pretty impressive for the INWAC. And of course, the largest field in the region, a FIFA certified field. They could play World Cup matches here if they wanted to. I was hoping with Bellingham being a stopover city for next year's World Cup that either Western or Whatcom would be one of the training sites.
Oh yeah, that would be super cool.
And instead, I think it's Seattle U and University of Washington which got it. But
I mean, those are 2 quality fields.
absolutely.
So.
And natural surface, I think, is the biggest thing.
Exactly.
Is that sent up ahead. Shoreline now trying to move. They'll put a ball on, and that's scooped up. Yeah, so many of the pros will protest playing on the artificial surface. For years, Messi refused to come out to play MLS games in Seattle. And the one game that he played up until that Leagues Cup, they actually put down artificial or real grass for just one match when he was with Barcelona.
Okay, that's interesting.
2009,
I didn't know that.
yeah, or else they wouldn't have done it. And of course, that was the Barcelona side with Thierry Henry and really an all-star team there in the friendlies. But I think that's going to be the plan for the World Cup as well, is a grass surface laid over.
Yeah.
Of course, turf, though, makes so much sense throughout the Northwest, just with the rain that we have and can turn in pretty muddy.
A lot of the grass fields turn pretty brown in the summertime also because of the heat, unless they're watered really consistently.
It's a good cost-saving measure. And we mentioned Mount Baker High, as they'll usually have to cancel a few games due to the field being too waterlogged.
Oh, yeah.
With all the rain being right at the foothill of Mount Baker.
I know. The weather is so unpredictable out there.
Absolutely.
Especially all the teams traveling. It's one thing when they leave their school and they get out there and it's completely different.
Yeah, Whatcom County, despite it being one county, the weather can often be a lot different from Bellingham.
Oh, yeah.
As opposed to somewhere in the North County with Nooksack or Linden schools.
Yeah. I mean, I live kind of in the middle of both, and like, it's crazy the difference. Like, I'll come to practice and it's like super hot, and I'll go to my house and it's all cloudy and kind of gross out, and I'm like, what?
We get a bit of the banana belt effect too, being close to the water down here in Bellingham.
Yeah, that is true.
Great place to go to school though, a nice sized city.
Yes.
And you can go on the water and skiing in the same day.
Oh yeah, it's great. There's so much to do.
As Whatcom now is going to try and possess of Caro. Caro playing semi-locally down in Skagit, a Mount Vernon alum. And last night his alma mater in the girls soccer battle of the Bridges, Mount Vernon outlasting Burlington Edison 2-1, and really good attendance.
Yeah.
The latest edition of the Battle of the Bridge. Mount Vernon's another high school that has such a proud soccer tradition, both on the girls and boys side.
Yeah, they have some great programs.
And a lot of it's fueled really Northwest United, since they've been able to develop a lot like up here with the Whatcom Rangers and NCA. That's why the high school programs have gotten a lot better in both Whatcom and Skagit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
have to compete with the Seattle area Crossfire schools
yeah.
that will feed, or
Some
Eastside Academy.
I think some of the Northwest United teams are going ECNL now.
Wow,
also.
that's incredible.
Yeah.
And of course, 3 Crossfire teams won 3 different ECNL national championships.
Yeah.
Pretty incredible as well. And Crossfire, though, they've developed DeAndre Yedlin and several pros, not only MLS, but that have gone over to play in the Premiership.
Oh, yeah.
Yedlin has.
Crossfire's always been a great program.
Some of them are catching up. And then we have the MLS Next Pro Junior with Whatcom Rangers having at least a year competing in that. And the Rush will have a club as well.
Yeah. It's just super great, all the opportunity everyone's being able to have now.
As that's ushered away, they'll try and carry it to the corner flag. Good job holding off the defender. And it's finally played out. So we're just about 4 minutes away from the halftime whistle. Does Moises Viejo on the screen. And there's Whatcom now, trying to play it from the back. Cara. The Diaz. Such control even when the ball's airborne. Putting on an exhibition now, and with a 3-0 lead, you can afford to do some of that.
Yeah, for sure.
Whatcom now coming into the game 2.20 goals per game, but is definitely going to help that out. And they've scored 11 goals in 5 games. So there's Druding driving goal line, and it's Surjet that dives on it. About 2 minutes, 10 seconds of official time. We'll see how much time is added.
Yeah, that is true.
Been a few injuries and a booking already as Diaz flicks one on.
Might be a minute or 2 added on.
Just for safety.
Yeah. Shouldn't be too much though.
Be sent up. Still the play remaining physical by both sides.
Yeah, that is true. It's been quite a bit of fouls called.
Vallejo. They'll try and move it again. Shoreline giving up the middle. That time they'll step to defend nicely. As Garcia's pushed off the ball, here's Johnson. Wanted to get it back to Diaz on the give and go, but it's cut off. Shoreline still going to work with Louisa. And they'll swing back to Garcia. Shoreline over the half line. Dolphins versus Orcas, battle of the marine mammals here. And Garcia will swing and a miss. It's unfortunate. As Johnson's offside.
Just a step offside.
Looking at the AR the whole way,
Yeah.
and it's the minute he turned his head, he stepped right out in front. That's veteran defending, though.
Yeah, that was great.
As that was Taji Sanamiya in defense. Sent up Diaz. And switch sides of the field. With Jaja. Good carry. So get it back in the middle of the field themselves. A swing and a miss on the outside of the 18. Garcia has it. He'll turn and fire, but it's wide. So you've reached the 45th
Looks like it was,
minute.
Look at like it skimmed someone though. Got a corner for Shoreline.
And a 1 added minute. Emily, you were correct. At least 1 minute will be added here. And it was interesting because the far AR motion with his flag like it would just be a goal kick, but good eye catching the deflection as we'll see the corner here.
Yeah, it's always hard because it's like you see one ref say one thing, but it's always the center ref that gets the final call. So
That's sent in. And of course,
Oh.
that's fired above. The NWAC also does a great job of developing officials, not just players and coaches.
Oh, yeah.
As that's the halftime whistle, it's Whatcom up 3-0. We come back to start the second half of play. And welcome back inside Orca Field here. And joining me on commentary for the second half, Darius Nowotny. Darius, first half thoughts here as we head into the second half of play.
I think we focused exactly on what we've been, working on. Starting off this first half strong. It's what we did. Scored 3. Unfortunately, towards the end of the half, we kind of, adapted to their game. Didn't look as strong towards the end, so I hope that the boys put the switch back on and we get a good second half.
Absolutely. As we saw Diaz convert on 2 opportunities, and it was Moreno that had the third goal here.
And we see 11 subs for the Orcas.
A brand new team almost. Of course, Whatcom and Shoreline entering their first regional contest tonight. Whatcom so far 3-2 overall on the season. They're hoping to improve on a 4-7-1 record from last year. So there's a tie up on the far end. It will be a foul against Shoreline as play continue. No one heard the whistle. And it looks like we'll have a goalkeeper change as well.
Yeah. Mason Randolph now between the sticks.
It's Mason Randolph, yeah, good call. Almost like Mason Rudolph of the NFL quarterback fame. And there's a foul.
Against the Orcas.
So they've traded fouls here. We were talking in the first half, just you guys have already surpassed the point total for the Orcas after the first goal. Of course, losing last year 1-0, but it looks like a totally new recharge system and team since then. And welcome back. A slight technical difficulty as someone walked over the power cord and yanked it out. We lost audio feed, but we are back on the air. Still 3-0 Whatcom. That's good work by our technical director, Charlie Dunlap, to get the feedback up. Now here's Shoreline looking to work.
Still on the ball, trying to get the ball inside the box, but Salco, gets in the way. It's nice to see some of the guys on the pitch that maybe haven't gotten as many minutes yet build some confidence, especially on a 3-0 advantage. Now's the moment to shine, no worries.
And you mentioned it too, Darius, is the almost entirely new team, a full 11 out there, and Coach Jorgensen can afford to kind of empty the bench a bit and get some of the reserves some good time. Especially heading into a match like Everett this Saturday. So it's played along the far side.
Although you must say Jason Jorgensen has the freedom to switch 11 players because we've got such a deep squad of talented players. None of the players on the field right now will look out of place. Everybody here is fighting for a starting spot.
That's Great time to do it, because if you're a starter, you're almost kind of nervous that perhaps the reserve side could outplay here. And that's a great luxury that hasn't always existed. As Frank Perron. Good move on the ball, ends up strong with it. And a pirouette for good measure for Moyu Frank Perron. As they'll try and whip that one through the middle. Whatcom success playing the ball into the middle in the first half, and we'll try and go back to that here.
Frank, one of the multiple players that has been kind of suffering under minor injuries throughout the preseason. A lot of the guys had to sit out many practice sessions here, and they're now back. Practice is full right now. Healthy squad entering the season, that's always important.
That gives you, we're talking with Emily, is the increase in girls' numbers allowed for them to do a lot more during practice, and I'm sure it's given you guys that ability too as well to have full 11-on-11 scrimmages.
100%.
And several small area games. As they'll now move it to the far end. A bit of a new look squad as well for Shoreline at the half, as they kind of have that same mentality, is get some of the reserves some time.
And now watch this guy's speed, because when he gets the ball and he's running, he's going and nobody can stop him.
And there's a tackle on the outside of the box. We're going to have a free kick here.
Uncanny speed by Xander Voss.
And a yellow card shown. Xander Voss, a playmaker as you've alluded to, Darius. Stay tuned, because at 7 o'clock, or a 7 o'clock scheduled match, we'll have the women's game between Shoreline and Whatcom. And it's a nationally ranked Whatcom side. The first time in program history they got moved into 9th place within the national rankings that came out this morning.
And I believe that they can get another victory here tonight against the freshly new Shoreline program, but we'll get to that.
Of course, Shoreline last year did not field the team, so they're eager to get things going again. As that sent high far post, great save, plucked it right out of the air by the Shoreline keeper.
Looks like Whatcom wasn't the only side switching out their goalkeeper.
We'll have to catch that number, as had some issues with the rosters pre-game, so we're still trying to work through that here, Darius. As they'll go back D to D. Sokol Von Meyer also in.
Sam's going to launch Antonio, who's unfortunately offside, getting into a dangerous position.
You know, Whatcom now apt to play it long, as before they would switch it in shorter distances in the first half, but this Shoreline squad has given them the space to do that. They'll go back to the keeper.
As Whatcom is pressing high as always, getting the ball in crucial areas of the field.
Trying to force a turnover. And that's sent back.
Here you can really see Jason Jorgensen's mentality. The ball's been lost, and within 3 seconds they got it back.
Johnson on it. We'll thread it back through, and there's a foul conceded. Be a free kick for Whatcom. Good sporting move by both players.
And Franklin Perron seems to step behind the ball confidently.
They'll have the cluster set piece here. 4 players up around the ball.
And looks like Xander might take it. And as a left back, he has got a machine on his left foot, let me tell you that. I wouldn't be surprised to see a very, very dangerous shot right here.
Shoreline women's team sitting on the pit side bleachers, far side of goal. They should look out here. Here's a missile put on net, and it carries just wide of the post.
Must say, Xander, unfortunately, I think his free kick privileges have just been taken from him, as the spot is very highly contended. Once again, almost a turnover in Shoreline's box, just to show you how high Whatcom's pressing.
And the Dolphins have had problems trying to break out in their own territory. And especially clearance and second ball attempts as Whatcom scored 2 of their goals on second chances. Whatcom will try and push back. There's Frank Perron. We'll try and go back down the middle of the field. Shoreline was giving it to him. And there's a challenge with bodies flying everywhere. And it's going to go against Shoreline.
Fortunately, Frank couldn't find a through ball to Montague. Would have been through on goal.
And they'll play it along the ground. Bummeyer. Sander Voss, nice ball along the goal line and just ushered out.
You can see that way more play along the wings. You can see the fullbacks pushed way higher now that they've done the switches. Another way for Whatcom's team here to score goals.
As it's going to be a Shoreline throw.
It's important for this Whatcom side not to let Shoreline back into the game. Scored a fourth early and sealed the deal almost. Good defense by Justice. It's gonna take his time. Of course, the clock's on Whatcom's side. Almost the 15 minutes already have gone by. And now Shoreline with the counterattack. But
Going to try and send that one to the parking lot as another substitution on for the Finns. Score still 3-0 in the 57th minute.
Shoreline's coach notorious for using the infinite subs. Last year as well, I can remember them subbing every 5 minutes just to keep the legs fresh. Interesting strategy.
And also against a team like Whatcom that thrives off pace and flow, that can interrupt a team like that. The stop and starting as Frank Perron just has it unluckily hit off his heel. And it's Voss now that will possess. Voss will try and carry to the outside, wants to drive.
It's the cross to Shuvi, who's gonna not finding the shot there, unfortunately.
Just taken down.
Great job by Samuel right there to head it twice back to their own players.
There's Whatcom. They'll try and work the far end.
Beautiful combination play by Justus and Antonio, and he gets into the box for Frank. He can't get the final touch to it.
Frank Perron almost had it. Didn't pull the trigger quick enough. As you can hear Jason Jorgensen saying, you got to shoot it sooner on the far end. As Whatcom wins it back. They'll try and put a blitz on towards the net. Here's Frank. Frank with the wind-up. Great diving shot block by Shoreline.
Finds the shot this time, but gets blocked, unfortunately. Great tracking back by Yuta Nakamura.
It was a great back check by Kimura. And it's going to be Whatcom content with just playing with the ball behind. And they'll get it up to Sander Voss wide open. She'll look to cut it back down the seam. They're leaving the wing open in the inside-out technique. Here's Frank.
Frank, a very good, dangerous player in a 1v1 situation. He's going to be patient, play it back around.
Voss has that one kicked out.
Now can Montague find the needle? He's looking for it.
Whatcom would love to add a few more here. So it's a team that scored 11 goals in 5 matches. So Whatcom wanted the foul, they'll get it.
Handball penalty for Whatcom.
So Whatcom's going to take advantage of the handball inside the 18.
Now, who is going to take it? Oh, Patrice Shuvi stepping up to the spot.
There's Patrice Shuey here, a freshman midfielder, and has a chance to put his name on the stat line here in the 60th minute.
It's my roommate right there. Make me proud.
Referee paces the players back on the outside of the 18.
Come on, Patrice.
Here's Patrice, puts the foot in it. The keeper guesses right, and they'll clean it up but put it wide. It's a corner kick. What a save by Shoreline there, stoning the goal kick.
Moments like that happen. It's just important to bounce back from it. Would have been the right moment to score the 4th, especially because we've seen Peninsula beat Skagit 7-0 today.
Wow.
Making the first statement. It's important for Whatcom to respond early.
Yeah, especially if it comes down to goal differentials. So there's a cross in, back post, traffic. And good job by the keeper. They almost should have started him first.
And can Whatcom keep the momentum here, or will it shift alongside of the save? Great job by Justus Ensla, calming the game down.
As Whatcom now is going to try and play out of the back. They're content to do so. Great field vision have the Orcas possess this match.
Great turn by Montague, and now can he drive and find the ball? Unfortunately, he can't find the needle to Antonio.
They had numbers beginning to make a run up the middle, an area that Shoreline has allowed Whatcom to have. So that's thrown in front of the technical area.
And ball won back in Shoreline's half. Can't create from it.
Keeper nearly just gets it away.
Very old-fashioned keeper, wearing the oversized long sleeve with the pants. Love the look.
Yeah, very 90s Brad Higgs look.
He's one of the players of the older side of the spectrum.
And that's what's great about NWAC soccer is you
Exactly.
can have 18 to 28 as they'll put it on far post.
As
The
Mason
cleanup joints off the woodwork. Another attempt, and Shorelines has got on the board there. It took 3 shots to do so, and it's 3-1.
Yeah, first one saved by Mason Randolph. Fortunately, the left winger gets there on the second try, hits the post for the number 9 to finish it off. And it's 3-1 for Whatcom. The momentum has shifted.
Juan Luisa getting credit for the score there for Shoreline. The shutout has disappeared, but great perseverance by the Dolphins, sticking with it. We saw 2 goals scored on loose balls. That time Shoreline puts one into their own.
And now you can see the bench starting to move as the players get a little bit scared.
So restless area over there on the far sideline. Meanwhile, as you mentioned, Darius, Shoreline trying to capture some late match momentum. So we're into the 65th minute, still lots of soccer to be played. Here's Frank, very strong on the touch.
Very calm on the ball as well. And now, ball's lost by Whatcom. One back by Zalko Wemeyer, correcting his mistake.
Here's Frank now, doing well with a defender right on his tail.
Does a great job slowing the game down, getting the ball back to the keeper, giving Whatcom time to, sort themselves out a little bit. Great move once again on this right side.
Shoreline now wants to try and move it quickly. That was something that they struggled, Darius, in the first half, was just the time to get the ball into play off a throw-in. This half, they're trying to move it a lot faster, and it's paid some dividends.
Great interference here by Sam.
So that's tackled away right to our on-field camera and takes a lucky bounce right over the mic. And it's going to be a Shoreline throw. Trying a new sound setup with our pit side audio. As that's sent forward and a foul called here. There's Louisa holding that hamstring.
All of a sudden, you can see the Whatcom players starting to get nervous. Some players warming up on the bench. Doesn't seem like any of the starters are coming back, though.
Whatcom trying to be patient, and it's great adversity for the reserves to have, is to try and hold on and save the game. It's like a relief pitcher coming in baseball is throwing enough good pitches to preserve the win. We'll start to battle the glare now as the sun begins to set. As a reminder, the women's game will kick off at 7.
Once again, a very cheeky combination on the right side with Justus and Evan Montague combining to get the relief out of the back.
And they'll try and build from the way back now. Vamire tried to play it to Voss, and that's out. Substitutes will enter here. And in an interesting development, the Shoreline player has exited to our near side here off the sub. It was a bit of a yard sale as he'll head back to the bench without his top kit. The frustration setting in, I suppose. Shoreline now will try and move in tight territory. Good challenge by Voss. They'll move it around. Whatcom now a little bit more calm. They'll play it up. Shoreline was a team that surprised people last year. Also knocking down Skagit late in the season, which might have been one of the upsets of the year.
They were pushing for a playoff spot towards the end, pushing Whatcom to 6th position in the league. Terrible year for Whatcom.
That was a crucial match last year, where a low-scoring affair, but so far Whatcom's found out how to pile on the points this season. Again, 11 goals in just 5 matches so far on the year, and then the last 3 games, a 2-1 record. Despite coming off of a 2-1 loss to Walla Walla, Whatcom would pick up a win on the 20th against Chemeketa and one against Klamath, and that was a 6-1 affair. Meanwhile, Shoreline dropped their match to Klamath. So far, that's the lone common opponent, as offsides called. It's the Shoreline bench yelling commands to try and push up the field here, as Whatcom's done a good job of containing Shoreline.
We've seen a very interesting bench battle between almost only French-speaking on Shoreline's end, and a lot of German-speaking players on Whatcom's end. Very
So
interesting.
the World Cup coming up. It's a France versus Germany matchup.
Almost.
So there's a foul here. We have Seattle and Vancouver, two of the host cities. So Bellingham, one of these stopover cities. Things are going to get pretty exciting this time next summer, or
Okay.
earlier summer. I can't wait.
Can't wait for the traffic either, huh?
That might have to take Highway 9 or some of the back roads. I guess we shouldn't divulge too much of that. Our secret routes to get around some of the Bellingham traffic, which over the last few years, since Bellingham's really grown to up around 100,000 people, the traffic has been a little bit more of an annoyance than it had been. As Randolph's there for the save. Because it's nothing compared to a Stow or something back home, but believe it or not, dears, Bellingham had very light traffic not too long ago. But it's such a nice place to live. Everyone liked to move here, and it's a great place both to go to school and play soccer, as you've experienced.
And I can tell you that the international boys all pretty much love the city.
So we were talking with Emily. She was on during the first half and how convenient it is to go to the beach and go to the snow in the same day. Just like California. So we'll trade the palm trees for pine trees up here.
As Shoreline has more of the ball right now. But Whatcom can get a counterattack here. Antonio slow plays it a little, unfortunately. But gets it out wide to Xander, and now switches sides to Montague. Perfect ball.
There's Montague inside, fights off a defender that pushed him ever so slightly, knocking him off his pace.
Can't help but love their goalkeeper.
Absolutely.
The drop kick bounce away. The drop kick goal kick is just a piece of art.
He almost needs the soft helmet, and we could have Peter Cech back there for a vintage keeper. Who is the great German Visa?
I'm talking Oliver Kahn is the great German goalkeeper. Oh, great combination play by Frank and Ryuto. As Frank drives the ball, can't get the final pass.
Yeah, Japan also a successful recruiting territory for Coach Jorgensen and the Orcas. As really, we've seen a lot more Japanese presence in the NWAC North over the last few years.
I mean, take a look at Shoreline's roster. 6 Japanese players.
Skagit has a few, so it's become a great ground tier.
A lot of game changers in the NWAC are Japanese players. Peninsula last year, 2 of their best players I remember in the midfield were the 2 Japanese players.
What a match, too, against Peninsula in the driving rain there, where it was a late goal that sealed the victory, a heartbreaker. But you guys played extremely well last year, Whatcom did.
It's kind of the story of our season. We would play very well and then not get the results. Let's see if this year we can change that.
So far, a 3-2 record, so you enter regional play with a winning record. It's a step in the right direction. So here's Frank.
Frank sends Antonio a little too deep. Defender gets between the ball and the player. But last year we actually entered the season play with an unbeaten record of 7-0. And I said it was very important for us to get those knocks early on and not get them during the season.
Well, and this year, a very challenging preseason start with again, some of the 4-year schools from up north in Canada, and Pierce College being kind of a pesky club to host at home. And that was our last home match back in August.
Well, then followed by Walla Walla, who is also a very tough opponent.
That's right, yeah, 2-1, a powerhouse out of the East. Of course, Walla Walla has to contend every year with Columbia Basin. That's become a huge powerhouse as well.
And now a good turn by number 15 on Shoreline. Gets the ball to their captain, but what a save by Mason Randolph.
Mason Randolph now sure-handed. Good lateral movement across the line.
As the new substituted Ben Berger is now switching the side of the play. Frank does a good job to get there, gets fouled and drops theatrically. What's the word almost?
Oh, theatrical.
Theatrical, there we go.
Yeah, a theatrical sell. As a yellow card has been shown there, denying a clear attack.
We've seen some substitutions for the Orcas. Noah Rutherhill, our 6'7" striker from Sweden. Always good for a header. And Johnny filling in the left back role. Ben Berger, as I said, coming in as the right winger, subbing up Patrice, who we unfortunately couldn't get a goal back after his missed penalty.
There's
Ball gets chipped in to Ben, laid off to Ryuto.
good traffic provided by Whatcom, and a good challenge by Shoreline. They'll try and work it out, having some difficulty in doing so.
Working their way up the field on the right wing.
It's turned into a swift counter just when you thought that they would be stopped. Here's Shoreline now. Try and send a low ball in. Good near post defense.
Oh, la, 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 la. And Salko Wiemeyer almost gets the ball back to the striker. In a very, very dangerous zone. Luckily, the ball was out of play already. Corner kick for the Dolphins.
Corner is good defending there. Irwin's DeVay. Spent time in the EPL WA this year with Skagit Athletic and Cedar Woolley. And a player out of Linden up north here. So that's sent in. Could have been dangerous.
Oh,
Randolph upended.
in the box.
And a foul is going to be called. Luckily, no one worse for wear there. It's always scary when you see the keeper get upended. Such a fashion.
But that's what I love about keepers. Fierce in the box. Absorb the contact and get the foul. You're rarely going to see a keeper on the end of an offensive foul. Sita's gonna play it back around the back. It's important to stay calm in those final minutes of the game, not allow them to get a draw or get remotely close to it.
So that's sent out along the sideline.
Whatcom, of course, would have been happier with the clean sheet, but now it's about keeping it at 1 goal against.
Here's Whatcom now. They'll try and break out swiftly. They want a 4th goal here, Darius.
Maybe gonna get it. They have got the numbers. It's a 5v4. Ball gets crossed into our giant who can't get his head there. And the ball stays with Whatcom as Johnny gets the rebound on the left wing.
Here's Frank now. Play it back to
Ball a
Wiemeyer.
little overplayed, but well done by Montague there. So not panic. Get a nice touch, play it back.
Here's Whatcom now. Trying to work on the other side of the 18. A good clearance attempt. See how good, though, as Whatcom will end up on the other end of it.
Great job by Evan. Put his body as a shield, keeping the ball, restarting the attack. Out wide to Frank. Oh, wow, he even got me with that feint.
Puts a move on here, a bit of a break check.
Doesn't get it back. Allow Shoreline to get a counterattack, but wonderfully solved by Sam. And Whatcom is going to recharge a new attack.
Still move here. Johnny DeVate.
Heavy touch. He's going to lose it.
Just outside 10 minutes to play pending the added time.
Very important offside call here for Whatcom, letting Shoreline get a goal in this very crucial phase of the match. As the sun almost blinds us here.
Yeah, it's been right in front of us, bothering us the whole game here, Darius. We've had it on a string, it seems like, right in front of our press box location here among the grandstand. Full capacity, 400 fans can come in, but school just about 15 days or so from starting, so it'll be a little bit till we see a large crowd, but looking forward for that.
As Sam drives with the ball all the way to the striker, finds himself in the box, but offside position from Ben Berger.
Yeah, Whatcom thought they had delayed it enough as the offsides flag pops.
Can never happen, Bergie. That can never happen. Now we see a game of absolute chaos, just going back and forth as Frank tracks back to defend. In my opinion, a clear challenge, but
as that's a good sporting move as they'll take it quickly down the side. Shoreline has an opportunity near side. They'll swing it, and good defense right in front of the goal.
As Ryuto Tosaka gets the ball, but oof.
There's a body check applied. No call. It's going to start getting a bit scrappier here with 9 minutes to play.
Shoreline feels like there's still something in play for him, and I don't blame him. Whatcom has been opening doors for them. He can't be happy with that second half.
Shoreline, of course, in their last 3 an 0-1-1 record, picking up 2 ties against Klamath and Tacoma, and a loss 2-0 to Lane. Meanwhile, overall, they're 2-2 on the year. They were a surprise side from last year for sure. So that's
good
played in.
clearance by Sam. Straight to Frank, who's going to get around his enemy.
Here's Frank
And
looking
gets
to
the
tightrope.
Beautifully done by Frank.
Up over the sandbag here and down the alleyway. Whatcom content to go for a stroll and pick up the sphere. And they'll move it back. Just about 7 minutes remaining. Both teams jockeying for position. So that's sent on.
Justus once again is going to create down that right wing with Ben. Beautiful move to get past his enemy. Gets the ball back to Justus, who scores the goal.
And
beautifully done.
It all started with the drive right to the goal line and able to trail and create. And we've seen that before here, Darius, where just too many defenders get sucked to one side. And Whatcom capitalize on the opportunity. It's 4-0 here in the 83rd.
4-1.
4-1. Good correction.
Justus started the play and he ended it. Perfectly done. Well executed. And a comfortable lead now for Whatcom as Justus is going to seal the deal for the Orcas.
It's been a match where Whatcom's goal scorers have come out to play.
Now, can Whatcom make a statement in the north and add 1 or 2 goals to their tally after breaking that goalless run for 45 minutes? Berger once again is going to turn and drive. Beautifully done once again to Justus. Is he going to get it back? The attempt is there. Oh!
They'll go back to the keeper.
Whatcom should definitely get another penalty here. Almost a pity call by the referee here. The ball's being played back to the goalkeeper, but Noah Rutheril gets there before him. Gets wiped off his feet, but no call by the referee. Interesting.
So we're just about 6 minutes to play, and they'll, yeah, interestingly enough, award the penalty to Shoreline in that sequence. As Whatcom could have had another PK, as there's another foul against the Orcas.
Gonna play it fast again, but Frank once again is gonna get there on the defensive end of the field.
He's held off the ball. We'll try
He's
and
gonna
move
find
it.
the cross to nobody, unfortunately for them. Justus is gonna get there. Struggles to get it out, but finds Ben Berger, who has the time and space. Good clearance by Johnny.
Here's Whatcom pressuring tightly. Good defense by the Orcas with just under 5 to play.
They're gonna send almost every ball in the box with no numbers, unfortunately. You can tell that their power is starting to drain.
Try and play it back up ahead. Good challenge by Shoreline. And the through ball just played into too much space by Shoreline, as Whatcom's content to carry it to the goal line and hold. And now they'll try and break out the opposite wing.
Now they're gonna manage the game down, run the clock. So we can call it a almost perfect day in the office.
4-1, a great performance. Could have easily been 5-1. But a win is a win here, and especially when you score multiples. Aaron Diaz, a 2-goal day.
3-goal day for him.
3-goal day.
As Frank gets the ball on the top of the box, beautiful feint, and gets another penalty for the Orcas.
We'll say
No penalty. No, I can't believe it.
And the whistle will stay put. There's hard contact. Midfield bodies flying everywhere here, Darius. See a wrestling match start to ensue. Some players diving over each other.
Once again, I must say, I cannot comprehend the call here.
And it's going to be a foul against the Orcas.
Frank does a great job with his unbelievable feints. I mean, every time he goes for a shot, I think he's going to bury it in the back of the net, and he finds another dribble.
Here's Louisa now.
Can they get one back off of this free kick? Set piece is always very dangerous.
Shoreline getting almost everyone forward. Here comes a late trailer, and they'll sky that to the parking lot. Just too much under it.
Impatient.
After bringing everyone up forward. Here's Whatcom now, trying to break out. High pressure coming from Shoreline, and they'll win it back. Trying to take a page out of the Orcas playbook. Shoreline now.
As
Trying to
Montague
hold.
wins it back.
While being held off the ball, that's extra impressive. They'll move it quickly and will do so. Numbers forward, it's 3-on-2. Here comes Whatcom, full head of steam. They'll check up briefly inside the 18. Good step over, and what a shot block off the heel of the Shoreline defender.
And Berger decides to take it for himself. Having two options wide open, could have done more here, unfortunately. As Shoreline tries to find another counterattack with a minute to go. Time running out.
There's Whatcom now, trying to defend against Louisa. Johnny DeVeda applying the pressure.
Forces him back, as we're going to hear the whistle blow in any minute.
And that's sent too high. Mentioned here about 15 seconds in regulation pending whatever they decide to tack on extra.
crazy half we've seen here. Huh?
Absolutely. We've seen it all here, Darius. We've seen penalty kicks. We've seen goals.
We've seen almost penalty kicks.
Yeah, we've seen almost converted penalty kicks. And that's going to do it. The final whistle sounds. Whatcom takes this one against Shoreline 4-1. Fans will have the women's match coming up next here on the NORPAC Sports Network.